what is going through your mind as you're getting ready for this Houston Texans team, your 12th postseason as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers? What's going on in your head right now?
It's at the strategy stage of the week for me. And so I'm just really working hard to put our guys in position to be successful. We hadn't had a lot of cross video with these guys. And so I'm a little bit less familiar with these guys specifically than I am a lot of people that you play this late in the year. It's just one of those years where they haven't been in a lot of our cross video, but I'm sure they have the same perspective. And so it's equal footing from that perspective.
So you're, staying up late watching film? That's where you are, pretty much? Who's sitting?
Yeah, I've been up a long time today. This is probably the first time I've ever talked to anyone.
Okay.
I've been in dark rooms.
Do you need a minute? I mean, I could give you. So you sit by yourself and watch the film? That's your prep to start a week?
I do. I like to work independently before I work as a collective. I don't like anyone else shaping my opinion or my perception.
All right. So then, who are you willing to share with me that jumped off the screen in a Texans uniform? Who made you write the most notes in your notebook, Coach?
I tell you, that edge rush tandem and that cornerback tandem are both special. You see why they're number one in the league in defense. When you got guys that can rush the passer like those two, Hunter's got 15, Will Anderson's got 12. Collectively, they got 27. Then you got two corners, man, that are very aggressive, play close bump and run coverage. I think both got 4 more interceptions. And Stingley and Lassiter, there's no secret why they're kicking a lot of butt. If you're rushing and covering, you're going to play good defense.
And so you at least have a guy on your own side. You got some guys on your own side who can obviously rush the passer and take the ball away. But also when facing two guys who are coming at you, as you mentioned, in Hunter, who, as you know, has a chip on his shoulder. I don't know if you're aware, he didn't get a Pro Bowl nod. And then you've got Stingley, Lassiter, who I believe you're referring to, on Houston on the back end. You got a neck-up guy, and you got a guy who's been through now his 12th postseason in Aaron Rodgers as well. When do you sit down with him and go and pick his brain about game planning and things like that?
We'll get an exclusive hour tomorrow morning. We start every week with the quarterbacks and myself and at 7 a.m., and we'll lay a good foundation for the week, talk about personnel of Houston Texans. We'll also talk about schematic strategy, what they do in large volume, et cetera. And it's an opportunity for us to exchange perspectives. Aaron spends a lot of time watching tape on his off days, and by the time we get to that point, he certainly has an opinion, and I'm always interested in hearing it.
I'm sure, exactly. And so this workflow, you and he, when did you create it? When did this start with you and Aaron Rodgers? This
specifically, we've been doing it all year. We got unique positions, he and I, head coach and quarterback. It's important that we, have an understanding that we spend quality time together, that we communicate about, a wide variety of topics, but especially things that are relevant to the here and now. And so we start every Wednesday and every Thursday morning before team meetings with some exclusive time in an effort to make sure that we're getting the train out of the station on the same page. And so it's been really good time for us. You don't wait till you need it until you do it. You do it on a regularly scheduled basis. It's just good. It's just good football discussion. It aids in the growth and development of a young guy like Will Howard, who sits in on those things, but we don't allow him to say anything. But we do let him sit in.
Well, yeah.
And this week we're playing on Monday night, so we just moved it back 24 hours. We'll meet tomorrow morning and Friday morning to kind of get things started.
Well, what's it like for you to be in your position, headset on, game like Sunday night, and somebody like Rodgers at the controls, where there's really it'll take something to fool him, and it'll take something to I guess a helmet not working would throw him off or throw anybody off. But what's it like from your perspective, Coach, after all this time of you standing on a sideline, having somebody with his knowledge and operational controls, Coach?
I don't think there's any lack of intensity or urgency, but at the same time, there certainly is a comfort and an ease knowing that you got a been there, done that guy at the controls. There's value in it that's immeasurable, not only in terms of his performance, but just the collective performance. He's got a way about him that's cool. He calms the waters. And certainly we got some young, significant contributors in his huddle, and the informal things that he does are just as critical as the formal things.
And you got a good story, just before I move on from Rodgers, you got a good story of the first time this year where you're like, okay, he's got it. I'm not concerned, or not that you were, but you got a good story where you're like, this is it. We got this thing, Coach?
I don't know. I make some assumptions sometimes just because I got so many other things to focus on. I knew exactly what I was getting. I haven't been blown away by his command of moments, his desire to conquer moments, his ability to do so. I just seen him too much for too long, and that's who he is. And so, I think it's probably quite the opposite. If he doesn't rise up in those moments or smile in the face of adversity at those times, I'd probably be surprised. And he certainly hadn't done that.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.